What's up, gearheads? Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at wacky VR machines. And I'm not talking about cameras, I'm not talking about flip-up visors, I'm talking about full immersion machines that enhance the VR experience. Let's go check it out.
Gearhead. Free your mind. Groovy. Gearhead. I made a virtual record. Gearhead.
Number 13 is the VR Go. It looks like you're sitting on an egg, but it works like the left thumbstick on your controller. As you lean the chair in, it takes you in that direction. Props go to its pretty ingenious design, even though I want to make fun of it endlessly.
Man, you suck. Get back!
Number 12 is the Roto VR Chair. If you don't want to be leaning around like on that other one, then you can sit in a fully immersive chair that you can stick all kinds of stuff to it. It has a ton of features. It can simulate tracking with the sensor built in that when you move your head, it also rotates the chair. You can use the Gear VR, Cardboard, Daydream, pretty much any VR headset you want. It's got USBs that built right in so you don't have to get everything all tangled up. It's got adjustable rumblers to shake your bacon. And it's got walk simulation pedals. It's a pretty cool design. If you're sick of sitting around in VR, maybe you should try out the Catwalk.
When we walk in real life, friction is what propels us forward. Frictionless walking is awkward, like walking on ice, if you must pay attention to keep balance. Catwalk uses high friction material surface and uses a constant force of rolling friction to simulate real walking forces and human motion. This makes you feel like you are walking on real ground instead of sliding walk. With normal friction, it is easier to keep balance, and it will decrease the time it takes anyone to learn to use Catwalk. We started the project since 2013, and we have made quite a bit of prototypes. During developing and testing, we noticed that in many games, you want to perform different actions with your arms and legs. It was annoying and disappointing if these movements are constrained. And while in a virtual world, you can't see the real one. If there are devices near your arms and legs, you may hit something or get hurt. The creative Catwalk independent support structure and open construction sets your arms and legs free. First, it is very easy to get in. Without a ring or column surrounding you, you can move freely and securely without constraint or worry about hitting anything.
Want something a little more high-tech to run around on? Well, then you can try the Infinadeck. The Infinadeck uses an actual omnidirectional treadmill. So instead of faking the friction of walking, you actually walk. It has a 360-degree spinning spine that comes down and straps onto your waist so you don't fall off. So you don't want to be strapped in on anything, you want to be able to move freely, but get the actual motion of you walking around in VR. Well, enter the VR sphere.
Another step for the virtual reality was locomotion. Sphere solves this problem. Replace real world by virtual world, but we want to extend real world by virtual world because it's unlimited. It's limited only by your imagination, and we're not replacing. We are extended real life by virtual experience.
The ability to be able to get inside and walk or run in a north, east, south, or west direction. It's a 10-foot sphere in its diameter and sits on a round base of 11 sections of steel. So it's affectionately nicknamed the hamster ball for humans. A Virtusphere could really bring a brand new experience. And again, not to keep going back, but also to get some exercise.
If you get tired of all that running around, you might want to take a chill pill and lay down for a little while. check out this, Birdly. The intention of Birdly is to fulfill people's ancient dream of flying. With virtual reality and robotics technology, Somniax creates an extremely vivid full-body experience that makes you instantly forget the mechanics and computer codes behind this spectacular apparatus. The immersion and interactive nature of Birdly serves one goal: to enjoy the ultimate freedom of a bird and intuitively explore the skies. Alright, so say flying around isn't your thing, but you do want to try out amazing VR experiences with actual haptic feedback. Check out Axon VR's Exosuit.
Force feedback is the ability to interact with a virtual object as if it existed in the real world.
Our solution for force feedback is a novel, lightweight exoskeleton that can be worn like a piece of clothing. We call this an exosuit.
The exosuit really is the interface between the virtual world and the real world. It's what provides the forces necessary to simulate any virtual environment. Once you have a system that allows you to interact with virtual objects, the next step is literally a step, being able to move around in a virtual environment. Our exosuit can do this. It's not an easy challenge, but it's one we're quite proud of.
What's cool about this exosuit is not only does it have haptic feedback with your arms and legs and your motion, but they've also put in special sensors for your fingers so you can feel when something's rough or smooth, even hot. So maybe sitting around in a giant exosuit isn't your thing. You just want to be able to sit down and enjoy the ride. Well, check out this. VRSense. VRSense is brought to you by the same guys who created Dynasty Warriors. They've created an arcade-style immersive box. They call it a multifunction 3D seat. It brings movement, aroma, touch, wind, heat, cold, rain, and mist into VR. And watch how this girl tries this out, and she looks like she's having a pretty good time. Okay, so let's say you try that out and you're like, that was okay, but I want to be a little more extreme. Check out Whiplash.
Whoa! Shoot! What the? Whoa! 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 Hey! Whoa! 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 Ah!
But by far is my favorite is this reporter. She doesn't even stop talking, even when she's upside down.
4-hour line for this here at the Samsung Galaxy Studio Experience. And should I worry that the cameraman and the producer came up and said, "It's been nice working with you, Liz"? Okay, I'm putting it on, and what we're doing is we've now come into the air, and as you can see, I've now had liftoff. I'm going over what appears to be a river, and I've never been a pilot, Stuart. I don't know about you, but there are other planes flying around. This is totally immersive. Whoa! Whoa! Whiplashy! And when we put this back on, I'm going to hold on. This is incredible, and I do believe this is going to change the way people go to amusement parks, but Samsung is at the forefront of all of this. Now I am sailing, Stuart, over what appears to be a city. By the way, they have all kinds of experiences for this. You can go down on a dinghy boat experience on the Murray River in Australia. And then as I come back over, you know, I feel like, I'm in the Blue Angels.
And let's pretend that's not enough for you. There's even something crazier. It's called the MMone. The MMone to me looks like a NASA torture device. No, I'm just kidding. It looks pretty crazy, and the car game that they're playing with it looks awesome. I would love to try this out. And say that's not enough immersion for you. There's something even crazier out there. The CableRobot-Simulator. I can't make this up. You sit in this platform, strapped in a cage, and they've got these cables strapped to the cage, and it pulls you around the room. How crazy is that? How insane is that? You've got VR support built into it, and it just flies you around the room like crazy. I got to try this. You know there's going to be a video coming out someday of someone just losing it on that thing. Barfing all over the place. Oh, I can't wait to see that one. But let's pretend you want to go bigger and badder and even more massive of a VR machine. Look no further than Six Flags New Revolution and Superman VR experiences. We're talking about a machine the size of a roller coaster. That's right, you can put your VR headset and fly around a virtual environment on top of a roller coaster. What a great idea. Not only does it revitalize older roller coasters and give you a new experience, but it cuts you off from knowing exactly when that first drop's going to be, where that turn's going to be, and you're all of a sudden in a new environment. It's awesome technology, and they're going to take it even further maybe. Listen to this interview.
So we're already capable of doing this with just an ordinary Samsung smartphone. What do you feel is going to happen in the next few years as this technology gets more advanced?
There's a lot coming. Actually, I think we will have things like augmented reality, so you're not encapsulated in virtual reality, which is cool and immersive, but we can copy things into the real world. So we might have see-through, so stereoscopic vision through the hardware, or maybe things like the Microsoft HoloLens that would allow to project some things into the real world that you're actually watching. You don't even have a display. I think this will be the next step.
So you think I'll be able to ride a coaster and have augmented reality all at the same time?
You see actually the normal coaster as it is, but you have a monster attacking the rails or whatever. That would be possible. But I think these are two different approaches and two different kinds of attractions. And what we have here is already a totally new attraction.
Okay.
And finally, number one, the biggest, most immersive, most extreme VR machine is this one, the Gyro Drop. I could only find one reaction video to someone going on this ride, and it cracks me up so much. It's in a different language. I don't know what they're saying. If anybody can please post like a translation of what they're saying, I would love to know what they're saying. But it is so funny. It seems like at the beginning of the video they start and they're like talking and laughing, and this girl starts singing like a nursery rhyme or something to calm herself down, and then the drop happens, and the look on their face is just so priceless. I watched this video like 5 times. It was so funny.
지금 너무 무서워요. 나 진짜 다리 들어. 공사장에 왔어요. 진짜 이거 공사장 화면이 너무 무서워. 아니 화면이 진짜 했잖아. 후레츠를 부르셨나? 함께 가자 티아라. 가요계 카멜레온 섹시러브 티아라. 무서워. 나 후레츠. 로봇이다 씨발. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 무서워요. 너무 재밌어요. So fantastic, amazing. Oh, fantastic.
와. 올라가는 게 생각보다 빠르더라.
무서워서 뒤지는 줄 알았어요.
Well, thanks for watching this video of the biggest, baddest, craziest VR machines to date. If you want to see more about each one of these machines, I posted links to every video that I have in this video down in the description. I highly recommend watching some of these videos because they go way into more depth with interviews and stuff like that talking about the technology. It's really fascinating, so I encourage you to just, you know, if you're just browsing around anyway, might as well go down there and click on each video and then the ones you're interested in, and you can watch a little bit more. Also, if you like my intro music, it was made by an amazing artist that goes by the name of SubWoulfer. If you're looking for cool music for your videos, music for your intros, music for your outros, SubWoulfer would be happy to help you out. So check out that in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.